carrier. Her drive and excellence inspired a culture of command achievement. Under her leadership, Gerald R garnered top honors, including 2017.
Everything, I know with the new leadership coming in, Captain Cummings and Captain Waits, along with your soon-to-be new CMC, I know the future is bright and you guys are going to do amazing things. So thank you, and again, thanks for everything you've done. We wouldn't be here without you.
All right, and I think that this is an appropriate place to appropriately recognize your CMC for everything that she's done to help move the team through this. This is a very, very hard thing to do. We'll talk a little bit about that as I just offer a few thoughts, and then I want to get to your questions as quickly as possible. But you guys have been holding it back for the CMC, and I want to really hear a roar of appreciation from the crew for everything that Master Chief Dunley has done. So let's give it up for the CMC here. Okay. Listen, it is a difficult task that you're in, right? And having done this and seen it done a few times over my career, the process of moving from a shipyard into the operating fleet, particularly a long-term shipyard period, it is a process, and you've just got to stay on it. It requires not only a lot of work to close up systems, turn over systems, test systems, learn how to operate systems, but it also requires a bit of a mindset shift, doesn't it? You've got to come out of kind of a shipyard mindset, which is appropriately built with a lot of safety and conservatism in it, so that we can get through all of this stuff with a solid level of confidence in our ship, and also a solid degree of safety for all of our sailors. And you've got to move your mindset into an operating mindset, right? Which has a different set of rules to achieve different sets of objectives. And that change in your mind is something that is a tough thing to do, right? It takes everybody participating. It takes a tremendous amount of leadership. But let me just tell you, from your CNO and fleet commander and everybody, the fleet is dying to get you out there, all right? Dying to get you out there. You are going to go out there. I'll tell you what, one of the very first talks I gave after I became a 4-star was to give a speech at the inactivation of the USS Enterprise. And one of the things that she came in and she was inactivating after 51 years of service. And that ship was designed and built for the Cold War against the Soviet Union. Okay, her first duty station ships in general. In fact, we had to build an entire class of logistics ships just to keep up with Enterprise. Ford is going to be like that, right? You were going to go out and you were going to crush every record that's ever been set for an aircraft carrier. You're going to be able to launch more aircraft per day than has ever been done before, and different types of aircraft. Because in your 50 years of life, we're going to come up with an air wing that you can only dream about right now. Okay? Manned, unmanned, low observable, short range, long range, you name it. It's going to swarms. It's coming your way. Okay? You are going to, because of your propulsion plant and your bond, and we need you out there to make sure that we can win it. So move through these paces. Be deliberate. Make sure that everything you do has this mindset of, hey, we're going to fight this ship, right? We want this gear to be reliable. We want every sailor on board to know how to operate it in its normal mode, in its casualty mode. Know your job. Know the job of your shipmate beside you. Know the job of your boss. You may be doing that job in combat. You just do not know, all right? So keep on learning, bring this ship together, let her realize her potential, and you too will be talked about for decades to come as the team that brought USS Gerald R. Ford into the fleet and smashed every performance record of any warship ever, all right? I'll tell you what, I think you just have to take a look at what they're doing right now. Most of our other high-end navies, both friendly and maybe not, are doing their very best to emulate or to copy what you've got going on here, right? And they say there's really no higher compliment than somebody who's trying to copy you, right? And so lots of eyes on the Ford. Your technology, whether it be your catapults, your arresting gear, your radars, you know, all of the new technology that's embedded in this ship. This ship is like a centerpiece of innovation, okay? And so, so you've got that going on. But I'll tell you what, nobody can operate an aircraft carrier like the United States Navy, okay? Nobody can set the tempo of flight operations that we can set. Nobody can do this on a continuous basis. And so you're going to continue to go out there, do all that as best you know how right now, and I know you're going to learn your way forward and do it even better going into the future, right? So you're going to continue to teach the world how to operate an aircraft carrier in the modern technology either. It shows you, this infrared spectrum so you know where the heat is and everything. And so how do you combine all those? There's a general trend towards miniaturization, right? So it shouldn't be as big maybe as it used to be. But in terms of incorporating all that, you all have lots of ideas about how to do that most effectively. How are we going to manage our enlisted community, I think is really it, right? And how are we going to make sure that everybody's got a viable career path? And so as the question was asked by a corpsman, and we got a lot of corpsmen in the Navy. And a lot of corpsmen are sticking around, right? We're retaining a lot of corpsmen. It's a good life to be a corpsman in the United States Navy, which means that perhaps, occasionally, well, there's just not going to be a lot of promotion opportunity. You have some geographic stability so you can put your children through high school or through school.
Upper stage 1 here, upper stage 2, and we have 2 lower stage elevators that come through these hatches just to my right. All right, upper stage elevators, service basically in this deck, up to the flight deck.
It's too complicated. So you're the ones who are teaching us, hey, you got it mostly right, but this is the stuff that we need to still get right? The things we need. Every record of performance of any aircraft carrier ever, all right? And we need that capability out there now more than ever. Lead first. And that is, you cannot lead from a computer, all right? You got to get out and do that. And I can't stress that enough. Most of the adjustments, and then we do owe you better performance with your IT. And there's a lot of people working on that. Here's an exercise. Everybody raise your right hand so you can get it above your head. I know many of you are super old and might not be able to have that flexibility. Also working with the Italians, right? Bringing our partners into this thing. Then we brought her home for a working port visit in Norfolk. Okay? Well, we learned on that